Good morning, it's Bill Freeman with Freeman's Construction. We're here in Ramona on a custom home project that we're building. We wanted to take you on a little tour through and show you some of the features on this home. Let's get over here and get started. So we're here in the front of the garage on this home, and on this particular home we have a very large RV garage, which is a special feature that we don't do very often. But you can see how we have a big 14-foot high garage door here and very little walls on each side. So the way we're able to structurally make this work is we have these Simpson strong walls that you can see the concrete there. We actually have a 1-foot stem wall, and then we come up the 13-foot high to give us a 14-foot high garage door. And what we've got is down here on the bottom, there's a footing that is at least 6 foot wide here on the bottom. It's over 2 foot deep, and it's either 4 or 6, probably 6 foot wide also. And then that way all the strength comes from the concrete that is down in the ground right here. And that's on both sides. You see we have one here also. So this is all just solid concrete, as you can see right here, running all the way back in underneath the foundation. And then we even have another one on this side over here. It's not as tall, but since there's not very much wall, we're able to do the same thing there to make this laterally structurally sound this way, so we can put this big door in here. So that's the way that we do that when we don't have a long wall to laterally hold this building together. So another thing that we've put in on this home is a 400 amp electric panel. Since we're going to have a 50 amp RV hookup and it's such a big garage, there'll be shop things in here, maybe a welder, different things like that. We want to make sure that we don't run out of power here to power up the RV and anything else in the home. So that's what this is right here. And then you can see the conduit. The big conduit is the one that runs all the way out underground to the pole out of the street. And then that will be fit, it'll feed in here. And then the ones going down are conduits that go down under the slab to sub panels that are actually in the house. And then this is for low voltage, which is your telephone and TV that would be coming in, and the high-speed internet that we have. And then also in the back over here, we're going to have we'll have an RV dump that can go over to the septic system. That way, if they have somebody stand in here or they need to just dump their tanks, that we'll also have one on the other side over on that end of the house too, where they're able to do the same thing. So we're on the back of the house right now where there's a back porch, and we've got the framers here working today. They're actually up there putting in the fascia board. If you swing over and look at the RV garage, you can see the fascia that's on there, and it may be hard to see here, but we have to put a 2x4 sub fascia on there for fire code, and then the fascia that is exposed goes on top of that, and then we have a fiber cement siding on the bottom, which is fire code. Everything has to have fiber cement siding, otherwise it doesn't meet the wildland fire code. And then over here you can see where we've got these beams right here. We upsized all this to an 8x8 to give it a nice beefy look. It was what the owner's looking for. And then this whole section, you can see where the trusses stop. This whole section back here is all going to be exposed beams and tongue and groove, 1.5-inch tongue and groove on the top there to make a really nice rustic looking open beam ceiling. And we'll walk around to the other side too in a minute, and I'll show you that also. We're going to have an entry there with open beam also. So let's go inside the house and we'll show you a few of the features inside. So we are in the master bathroom right now, and I want to point out a few features here. One is what we call a zero barrier shower. You can see how this is lowered down about 2 inches, the concrete. And what that does, it allows us to build this shower floor and slope it without having the typical shower dam that you have in a shower like this. So you can, if you had a wheelchair or whatever reason, or we're doing these a lot more than we used to, but it's a really nice look too. So this will get a hot mop shower pan, that comes in and waterproofs everything. And then this is a seat that will be in the shower. That hot mop will come all the way up and over here completely. And then that way, this tile here will come across. And then when we get to the shower, then it'll change to the shower floor tile. And then that will slope in here. And then this is set up here for the drain. So it's just a really nice feature. And then that will get glass all the way around. And then there'll be a door. I don't know exactly what we're doing the door here yet, but there'll be a glass door on here. So it'll be a really nice enclosure. So another feature I want to show you is what we call a linear niche that we have built into the wall right here. So what we've done is we've taken a 2x6 wall, and on the back side, that's going to be the inside wall of the closet. We have a flat 2x4 turned right here. And then here we've ripped down material here to finish this out here. So now it comes out to the full 5.5. And then this goes all the way across the whole back of the shower. So this will tile across and just run right into the corner. And then we'll come across here and then run and then come out here. Then this will turn out just a little bit. So it's just a nice clean look. And it gives you all kinds of room here to put whatever you're going to be keeping in your shower that you need for showering and bathing. And then another thing I wanted to point out, another feature in this bathroom that we don't always do, it depends on the size of the shower, but it's really very nice to have the toilet in a separate bathroom with a window, so we try to keep that to the outside, and then you have that there, so your bathroom isn't completely open, and that's off in its own room. And then another thing I wanted to show in here is this is the master closet, a walk-in closet. And there's two things that we look at all the time on these closets is we talk to the owners about how are you going to be using your closet? Are you getting up at different times of the day and night? And a lot of times when that is going on, to keep from waking up the person that's sleeping, we like to have the entry to the closet in the bathroom. That way they can get up, come into the bathroom, get ready, go in and out of here, get their clothes or whatever, and then they can make one exit out there when they don't have to wake up their spouse. If that doesn't matter, then a lot of times, and we've done this floor plan, this particular bathroom, we've actually had the door going into the closet over here in this wall, right from the bedroom. It all depends on your living habits and what time of the days you each get up. We can put the door over here coming from the bedroom, or we can put it right here coming from the bathroom to get into the closet so you're not disturbing your spouse. So that's an individual thing, and we always talk to our clients about that to make sure we get it right for their lifestyle. So we're here in the secondary bath, and I wanted to show you the linear drain in here where it goes from wall to wall, which is kind of cool the way it finishes out. As you can see, this is the same wall that I showed over in the master, where we have a 2x6 plate here, the flat studs, and then with this ripped down section to fill into the 5.5, gives you a nice deep niche. But then the walls, it comes back here and runs all the way straight into the corner. And so it's a nice clean finish here. And then this side over here does the same thing right here. So now you have this whole area right here where you can put everything that you need in the shower. And then the shower head will be on the wall right here. So, and then also another feature in this, you don't see these in a lot of secondary bathrooms, is again, we have the toilet in a room all by itself. That way, if you have two kids, somebody can be in the toilet room and then somebody can be in here getting ready. So it's just a little nice feature that we had the room to do that in this house. So I wanted to show you a little feature here that we do that is a nice way to set up your sliding glass doors or a door with a door sill when you step out onto your patio. So you can see in the concrete right here where we've recessed this about 1.5 inches down from the height of the floor. And the reason we do that is that allows that door sill to go down lower, and then we can waterproof all this in and drop it down so the step going out is not nearly as high, that you have to step over that and then step farther down to get down to the concrete. So with this lowered down, now we're below the floor area. If you look right here, this is the floor here, and then now we can bring that concrete right up to the bottom of this sill right here, and then it will transition very nicely with the siding coming down also. But we're below this level, so we're not going to get any water back into onto the floor of the house. So it's just a really nice feature for doing that. We don't always do that, but on the nicer homes where they don't want to have a step or even a handicapped situation, this is a way that we can get this down and make this transition easier for people to get in and out of their home. So another thing I wanted to show you is on these posts right here. I showed you a little bit about the sill recess that we did right there to get the flat work all leveled here. We also have figured exactly what that fall will be. So on this post, we have these bases set at exact height that we want right here. And then we hold those up. You can see where the footing is right here, which is what's holding this in place. And then when we pour our flat work, it will get poured right here. And then that is down 3.5 inches. So we structurally have a good slab underneath this here, which is just for walking on. It's not doing anything structurally as far as supporting this, but that is something that we have to make sure that we get right when we set all this up to pour the concrete at the very end of the job. And we always wait to pour the flat work at the end, so it's not getting anything on it and it's all nice and clean. And we may do some type of a decorative concrete or stamp concrete, some kind of sand finish. There's just a multitude of things that we can do to dress things up. So we're here at the front entry at the home right now, and this is all going to be open beam. We have the big 8x8 resawn beams here in the front, and then you can see those beams that are posts that are going up high. There's going to be beams on top of those that run back into the building with a ridge beam coming out, and then this is going to have rafters going up like this way as a gable, and then from here this way, and from this post this way, there'll be a porch that slopes this way to give this a covered porch, and that's all going to be also all open beam. And then that will run back at a 3-12 pitch and hit on top of the other roof over there. And then let's go inside and I'll show you what we're looking at possibly doing and explain to you what a scissor truss is. So let's go walk on inside the main break room here. So you can see, if you look up here, this is a truss roof here, and this is what we call a scissor truss. You can see that the ridge is not lined up with the ridge down here, but that's a 5-12 pitch right there at the top, and then we have a 3-12. You can see the slope right here. That's a 3-12 pitch. And right now we're talking about potentially putting some exposed beams in here too also, but they won't be structural because they're just going to be up underneath the trusses. So we're deciding what we're going to do on that, but this could all end up being wood, which is another really nice look, but that's just something that we're thinking about doing right now. Thanks for watching today. I hope you learned something from the video. If you would like to get more information on a custom home or ADU, go to our website at tfgonline.com. Have a great day.